Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Rich from Revived Furniture. Here we have a set of nightstands that I received. I'm over here located in Texas. I picked them up in Navasota. They were in horrible condition. On the top, they were warped, and I'll show you here in a bit. But I first started out removing the hardware. What I did not show is the process of cleaning it. Just get your simple degreaser that you have at the house, Dawn dish soap, or even a Clorox wipe, and you can wipe it down. Here, when I removed the hardware, I repainted it. I repainted it a metallic gold. You can see. I got these nightstands. Here's the second coat. I got the nightstands. They're in horrible condition. They were, I believe, in a house where somebody had smoked a lot, and I got a strong odor of it, so I did my best on trying to clean it. There was a bunch of warped wood on the top as well. This is my matte clear coat. I believe it was 2 layers of clear coat on the hardware because that gets the most use. So I feel that it needs some durability to hold it for a long period of time. As you can tell, you got to get it deep in those edges. Here I go back. Hit some spots that I assumed that I missed. For some reason it was foaming up. I know I might get some stuff in the comments, but I think I didn't shake it. I usually don't shake it and everything's okay. I've used this about on 5 projects, and this is the first time it's foaming up. You see, you can tell on the sponge. I think I'm going to use a brush next time. So here I'm doing the first round of sanding. Two-walk sander, orbital sander, I believe I'm 120 grit. So I'm hitting a good spot. That was really warped. I'm not going to show the process on both nightstands, but it's the identical process I'm doing on one. You can see I'm hitting that one spot. It rose up from the humidity over time. And there's no way to press it down. Many people were telling me to spray it with water so that way it can expand, and then put something really heavy on it to level it, but that was not doing it. Here, as you can see, those were the areas that were really warped. So I sanded them down to the level that I needed them at. It was a smooth surface. And I believe I kept it at 120. Here I got some wood filler. I was patching up the areas that were exposed. And when you push down with the putty knife, I would highly suggest getting a flexible putty knife so that way when it bends, it pushes the wood filler in the seams, in the cracks, in the patched edges. Because I don't know if you guys know, but sometimes the wood filler would seep in, so then holes would pop up, so it's not fully covered. So you got to make sure you really compact it in there. Here it is. I always give it 2-hour dry time just to make sure that's the hardest time. And I usually have a fan on. I know I can do it after an hour. The longer the better on that one. Here's round 2. We're getting the excess wood filler off. And I'm actually using 220 grit paper on this one, since it's going to be my second coat. I want it as smooth as possible, so that way I can start my primer on the top. I'm just feeling it out, making sure it's kind of level. And when you think it's pretty level, go over it one more time just to be safe. And in my case, I went over it 2 times. Here I got some floor protectors that I installed. The ones that came with the nightstand, they were super rusty. They were just not in good shape, so I took them out and I just popped some new ones in. I believe these are from Amazon. Now that you're watching me do this, and now that I'm speaking of Amazon, I do have an Amazon wish list. If you guys do want to help out the channel, I'll be doing these flips. I'm going to try to do my best every week on Thursday or Friday. I'm going to do my best to get some flips, video it, try out different paints to help you guys out. I really appreciate it. I have the link to the description, so that way it'll be faster for you guys. And here I'm doing a prime coat. The paint that I'm using has a built-in primer, but for these nightstands, since I did sand it and I did patch it, I'm only going to do a primer in the area or on the surface that I use that sander and the wood filler. Here you just got to make sure you get the edges. Get all the areas that you're sanding and then you're using the wood filler. You just want to get a smooth surface as you can. Like I said, as I do one thing to one nightstand, I gotta do it to the other. Basically, on this nightstand, I had already did the sanding process, the wood filling process as well, the cleaning process, the hardware process, everything. Everything is the same. Here, the dry time is 1 hour. I believe on the can it says 45 minutes, but here you go, prime coat number 2. It's best to sand in between coats. Just give it a light sand of 200, 220 grit. Here, there's a piece of hair from the brush. By the way, this is on the cheaper side brush. I believe it was $2 at Home Depot. You guys do not need to go too crazy on the highest quality stuff. Sometimes the easiest or the cheapest stuff can make the easiest work. Here I'm prepping my paint in the paint that I am using is Beyond Paint. So this spray I've had since I first began on my first flip. I've been putting aluminum foil just a little easier for cleanup and reuse. That's my all-in-one paint. It's Beyond Paint. Like I said earlier, this paint does come in with the built-in primer. You do not have to do a top coat to it because it does have a sealer in it, and no sealing is required on this. One thing I do recommend is you have an absolute clean surface for the best results. There it is. It is a bright white. Super thick. So on this paint, a little goes a long way. And this is my first coat. I use a premium roller, I believe that's what they're called, but it's really just a foam roller. And these, I believe, are $5 for a 2-pack. I use these because it doesn't glob up. Most people use the premium cloth, I believe it's cloth. It's like the fuzzier ones. They use those, but I have used them before and they leave clumps of paint. So to prevent sanding in between paints or paint coats, I use the foam roller. Here is just the front of the nightstand, just getting the edges. Make sure you get every area. As you can tell in some clips, I have a jacket on and then I take it off, but I'm over here in Texas and recently it's been 30 degrees one day, 70 degrees the next, and right back to 30. If you're from Texas, comment below. I'll give you guys a shout out. We're gonna try to blow it up here in a viewership way, on a YouTube scale. And we're still on the first coat. I'm just getting the other side. Basically, you got to think about coats is how you basically write a story. You got to start off with your rough draft, revise it the second time, and then you make your final copy. The way I do it, I always do 3 coats. On this video, I only show 1 because it's up to the viewer on how many coats they do. They might have different equipment. You can do 1, 2, 3 coats, 4 coats. It might still be bleeding, depending on what paint you're using. So you're gonna have to go over it how many times, depending on the material you have. But for this nightstand, it was 3 coats. There you go. Here's the drawers. Shout out to Crocs for being so comfortable. And yeah, guys, this is basically how you paint, get everything prepped. I am using Beyond Paint. Shout out to them. I did not get it for free, but shout out to them for making good products. Thank you guys for viewing my video. And like I said, there's a description or in the description, there's an Amazon wishlist link. If you guys want to help out the channel, help with some supplies so I can continue doing these for you guys, by all means, if you do have any questions, just ask in the comments. I'm always on it. And yeah, I appreciate it. And when you guys do get done, just put the hardware together, put it right back, set them up. And in the following video, I'm gonna attempt to show you guys on how to stage the products if you do need help selling them on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, anywhere. We're gonna have that up on the next video.